Good morning, everyone. Yesterday, my brother got married, thank God, and therefore was a bit preoccupied, but happy to return this morning. Indeed, at a wedding, many a times, thank God, people do not give up their normal routine and they make a minyan. However, making a minyan at a wedding can be problematic and challenging in many different ways, and I'd like to point out one. And that is when you start Shmoneh Esrei in the middle of a wedding hall, usually people will walk in front of you. The general rule in Shulchan Arokh is that you're not allowed to walk in front of someone that's davening Shmoneh Esrei. Two reasons are given in the Mishnah Berurah. One is because you're going to ruin his kavanah, and the second reason is because the Shekhinah is standing there and you can't walk and knock down the Shekhinah. Be it as it may, the question is, when you don't make a minyan in a shul, when you don't make a minyan in a place that's usually designated for davening, does that rule apply or not? So first of all, I'd like to quote Rav Shternbוך, who says that if someone is in shul, but knows he davens a very long, silent Amida, he shouldn't stand in a place where for the next 15 minutes, people will not be able to walk in front of him, because what's going to happen is people will walk in front of him, and therefore, as in his words, he's machshilet harabim. He's literally trying to fool them, or to go ahead and make them sin. So first of all, in a wedding hall, I think we have to find a place on the side that does not interfere with the walking of people. Not smack in the middle, but rather on the side. Number two, and this is not less important than number one, if you can't find such a place, or if someone walks there anyway, is he allowed to walk there when you're not talking about a shul, or rather you're talking about a public place? The Maharsham says you are, for two different reasons. Number one, since it's a public thoroughfare, then just like if there's a grave there, you can, with dignity, remove the grave and move it somewhere else if you want to build a road for the masses, so too here, if it's a thorough way for the masses, that overcomes this law. But secondly, he says something even more fundamental than the first, and that is that maybe this whole law doesn't apply when you are oser al balabayit halichato sham. Namely, the place was designated to walk. The place was not designated for prayer. And therefore, by davening there, you're now going ahead and saying you no longer can use this place for what it's usually used for. Namely, if you make a minyan on a sidewalk, it's a sidewalk. It's not a minyan sidewalk. And therefore, the rule is that you cannot nullify what it's originally designated for. So therefore, I think minyanim at weddings are wonderful if A, they're done on the side, and B, if they're not done on the side, what shouldn't happen is don't get upset if someone walks in front of you simply because it's a wedding hall and not a minyan factory. Wishing everyone a wonderful day.